Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing new week. It is Monday today, the trading week has just started for the traditional markets, and right now let's get right into the charts for Bitcoin first. As you can see, Bitcoin is currently bouncing from the second weekly pivot support right here, as you can see, at 114.8. After losing this value area low of this range, basically a very important support level, as you can see, which has been retested and tested before for about 5 times, as you can see. So right now the price did get a 4-hourly candle closure below it, but on the daily time frame we have still not gotten a daily close below this range right here. So for a bullish scenario, we need to see Bitcoin flip once again above this range right here, above 116.5k basically, in order for us to continue here. So we want to see this candle go back close below this level, and then we can see a potential continuation to that new weekly pivot, which is sitting at 119.5k basically. So it is very possible that during this week we do hit the weekly pivot, which from the bottom would be 4.2% of a pump. This is why I'm giving you my bullish scenario firstly, since the weekly pivot tends to get hit most of the times, and right now the weekly pivot is at the upside, sitting almost next to that value area high right here. So it is very possible that we hit the weekly pivot this week, so we might get some kind of a pump before potentially further downside. So we might see something like this happening, but this will take some time to play out, as I said, 4 to 5 days in my opinion. If it plays out like this, also if we look at the stock market, potentially the stock market right here looks like it has created some kind of a local top for right now. As you know, the stock market does not drop that much. It is not as volatile as Bitcoin. Only when there were like news right here, you know, the tariff news from the US president, when it happened, then we got a very big volatility. But since then, as you can see, after this bottom out right here, it has been just steady growth to the upside. So right now we might see a couple of days like we got right here, basically 3.5% correction from this top. For example, 3.5% correction would take us basically down to 6,260 basically. So if this happens for the stock market, then of course Bitcoin will drop lower, but as of right now, Bitcoin on the daily is looking all right. The RSI is still above that 50 line, so we only want to see a bounce from here. And if we lose that second weekly pivot support, my target is basically the last one, which is 111.8k, which is basically almost 112k, and 112k is a very key level. Basically, why is that? You can see this is the previous all-time high and the last bottom that we made before. So if we lose this level again, then it is very possible that we are going to test some of those bottoms right here. So for example, we might test the bottom at around 100k, exactly 100.6, basically a very psychological level. And the next bottom for a potential reversal would be that bottom right here that we've made down at 98k basically. You can see this is only a scenario if we lose this level right here basically. So in my opinion, first we need to see a strong bounce from this level right here, as I said, basically from 112k, the last weekly pivot support for this week. And then from here it is very possible, if we hold this level, that we get a touch up to the weekly pivot, which from this bottom would take us almost 6.8% to the upside, which is a very nice trade if the price manages to hold this bottom. Now for Ethereum is right now below the weekly pivot. I think it did not or we did test it. Yeah, we did open up on the weekly pivot and we did tag it, and we've gotten a move from the weekly pivot down to the first weekly pivot support, basically 5.3% of a correction, and right now it is gaining some momentum to the upside. Basically, I don't think we have pumped basically 2%. So if we go and test the weekly pivot again, that would be 5.7% of a pump for Ethereum. But if we look on the hard time frame for it right now, basically it is possible that this would be the whole correction. If this weekly candle starts dropping lower and closes lower than the previous weekly candle, basically this body candle, if it closes something like this, if we get a engulfing candle like this one, it is very possible that we will get back into that previous range that we have traded before in. As you can see, this is what I'm talking about. So it is very possible that this plays out if it starts dropping lower, but as of right now you can see the markets, they are still holding still, and basically that correction that we've had on Bitcoin right now has been basically just very small correction, nothing compared to the one that we got right here. As you can see, basically I am expecting more something like this. The correction that we got down to 98k basically from the all-time high was just 12%, and right now if we drop 12% from the all-time high, that would basically take us down to 109k, which is also would be a key level if history repeats like this. But it is also possible that since the weekly did that swing failure pattern right here, as you can see like before, it is very possible that this is the start of a bigger correction to the downside. But as I said, this is going to take some time to play out. If we have reversed the trend right now and the stock markets potentially start dropping or start consolidating sideways, then this will be a fuel for Bitcoin to go basically to the downside. Even if the stock market ranges, Bitcoin sometimes does not follow the stock market, and it is very possible that Bitcoin continues to drop lower. SUI right now almost at that second weekly pivot support, also the POC of this bigger range right here. As you can see, we've had a drop of around 15%. You can see right here, Hype also has had a significant drop from this from its previous high, basically down 12.8%. Solana also currently testing that value area high, very important level. We do not want to see a candle close below this value area high for Solana, otherwise we are going to start trading in that previous range again if we don't break out of it. Basically 13% of a drop for Solana. The Bitcoin dominance, if we look at the Bitcoin dominance currently trading below that new weekly pivot. So we do not want to see a reclaim of the Bitcoin dominance basically. So we want to see a play here, and then we see a rejection and a drop further down in order for the altcoins to continue pushing higher even if Bitcoin drops. But if the Bitcoin dominance reclaims the weekly pivot, flips it as support, and then continues to push higher for that trend line, then we will see some more pain for the altcoins. As you know, Bitcoin dominance is very important to look out for. And also if we look at the data, basically the delta and the open interest, you can see for Bitcoin we did have a lot of shorts openings at those lows right here. So it is very possible right now that they get squeezed, as you can see, since we did have a lot of long liquidations right here. You can see our liquidation data is right under here. Basically those red lines, those are long positions that got liquidated on the move to the downside right here. And as you can see, while our price was going down, our open interest was going up and our CVD was going down. So what this suggests is that all the way the whole move to the downside, and also right here basically you can see we've got a lot of short positions opening at those bottoms basically. So it is very possible that the price will pump a bit to squeeze out those late short positions that have accumulated right here. So first it will probably shake them out, and then we will see a potential drop further. In my opinion, if the trend, as I said, if the top is in for Bitcoin, if you look on the daily and the weekly time frame, basically it is a very possible scenario. But as of right now, I am remaining bullish until we break down further. You can see we did sweep out a lot of liquidations. Basically yesterday I was talking about how it is possible that we go up and take out the liquidity to the upside, but Bitcoin basically firstly took out the liquidity that's sitting on the downside, and we still have, as I said, liquidity all the way down up to 111, 112k, basically very important level. As I said, Fear and Greed index still remaining in that neutral zone, basically nothing new here. Longs versus shorts ratio, you can see on the major exchanges we do have a lot more shorts than longs, as you can see. So basically almost all of the major exchanges have flipped bearish, so this is also a sign to look out for while considering the current trend. As I have showed you here, basically we did have a lot of shorts opening right here, and also you can basically see that right here also. This data does not lie, there are more short positions opened during the day right now on the major exchanges. Right here you can see also this week we do have some volatility coming out on Wednesday. Basically FOMC meeting will be important for crypto. PMI would be important on Thursday also, and on Friday we do have Powell speaking. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I am expecting more volatility to come into the markets basically. So yes guys, that will be my outlook for today's video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for the channel, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.